Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Video Game Movie Month here on Reaction and Review. Tonight, guys, I'm checking out a film from 2010. That movie is The Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Now, I will say that I did play the first game in the Prince of Persia Sands trilogy on the PS2, and this was years and years ago. I played it for a couple of hours. I honestly just wasn't able to get into it. It really just wasn't my kind of game. But I was able to see that it had a really promising story and a really cool gimmick, and I knew full well that if put in the proper hands, you could totally translate that into a really cool movie. I have no idea if Disney is the proper studio to be handling this sort of thing, but I honestly am going to find out. I really do hope for this movie to be good, because, as I said, this thing here is based on a video game that has a really awesome story that could totally translate well into a great movie. And the only way I'm going to find out if this thing is even halfway decent is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm gonna do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Well, guys, we finally got to see the dagger that holds all of the Sands of Time in it. Looks absolutely gorgeous, which honestly is not saying much, because everything here, guys, is beautifully done. I just kind of wish that the story would pick up, the pace a little bit, because it's kind of sort of gone, nowhere fast. I am certainly hoping that they fix that. Because it would really be a shame if we had a movie that looked this beautiful that just did not give us a story at a reasonable pace. You know what I mean? Wait, so they're saying that the robe was poisoned, and it somehow burned the king's face. The robe was nowhere near his face, guys. It was a robe that was, like, over his shoulders, almost, like a shawl. I could maybe understand it, like, burning his chest, maybe his arms. Why the fuck is his face scarred up? Was it maybe, like, the fumes billowing out, like, did something to his face? It doesn't make any sense to me, guys. I would really love it if the movie would attempt to explain any of that shit. But frankly, I'm also still trying to figure out exactly why in the hell our titular prince is white as the fucking driven snow. That just doesn't look right, especially when all the extras are very tanned Persian actors. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm finding negatives, but frankly, guys, this movie's story is starting to drag a bit, so really the only thing I have is to look for negatives, and that's normally a bad sign. Well, guys, you know how earlier I mentioned that the story was going at a really slow pace? Well, everything just came to a screaming halt because we apparently needed to see an ostrich race. No, I don't fucking understand why either. I understand, guys, the movie's only about half over. I'm really hoping that the pacing gets better in the second half. One thing, though, I can tell you isn't going to change in the second half, and that is that Jake fucking Gyllenhaal, I can almost guarantee you, is not going to learn to act between now and the end credits. My God, that man is painful to watch attempt to act. He really does suck. Guys, I'm going to say this right now. I'm really happy that this film is trying. It really is trying to make us care about anything going on here. I think the biggest problem, though, and I mentioned this earlier, is our star. Jake Gyllenhaal cannot act. Every scene the man is in, all possible tension or interest is sucked clean out of it, which means that a movie that is trying really hard is completely hobbled because their star sucks huge balls. And my God, guys, there's almost another hour of this, and I don't think I can take more of Gyllenhaal's shitty acting. Can this movie just be done? I swear, guys, again, I totally see that the movie is trying, and bless its heart, it is trying to be interesting, and it's trying to be entertaining, but it fails miserably at both of those, and it's really just becoming more and more torturous with every passing scene. My God, I, guys, am eagerly awaiting the sight of closing credits. I really fucking am. Wait a fucking minute. Did they just undo the entire goddamn film? Did they seriously just rewind the whole goddamn thing back to when he first found the dagger? Sweet, gentle fuck they did! So, you're telling me I just wasted the last hour and 30... No, fuck this movie, man! Well, guys, that was Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Let me shut that off. Jesus Christ. You know, guys, I totally understand. I have said in this series a lot that a movie was a friggin' waste of whatever the runtime was of the film. Normally, guys, that's because the movie is just that bad. You would have been better off not watching it. This fucking thing is written, and I'm going to spoil, even though I know I probably spoiled earlier if I kept that last fucking reaction in. This thing, it literally just says, you know, guys, that like hour and 40 minutes or so of shit you watched? Well, fuck you, none of it happened. Sweet fuck. Oh my God. That is probably the worst way that they could have written this. The only way that they could have made the whole thing worse would have been if our prince would have woken up and the whole damn thing was a fucking dream. That is the only way that this could have been worse. Guys, I understand that it's difficult to write when you're dealing with time, fucking travel, and screwing around with, you know, time and making it work. But guess what? Doctor Who can make it work. Bill and Ted could make it work. Back to the Future could make it work. It has been proven that you can make a time travel story and not make it absolute shit by literally canceling out everything you fucking watched. But this movie does exactly that. Cancels out every fucking thing. From the moment our prince is hit, from the moment he finds that fucking dagger, all the way up until the big fight with his frickin' uncle, all of that swept away, canceled out, massive waste of fucking time. Jesus, God. You know, guys, I was really going to rail on this thing for the horrible acting and the, you know, horrific pacing. But you know what? The only thing I have to say is this. Don't fucking bother, because the movie ultimately amounts to fuck all. Nothing. Alright? And the screenplay. Guys, I have the credits paused. 3 people wrote this. 3 fucking people wrote this. At no time did even one of them go, but wait, if we just send him all the way back to when he found the dagger, only now with knowledge of his uncle's treachery that hasn't totally come to fruition yet, then doesn't that kind of sort of make the whole film a fucking waste? At no time, none of these writers, 3 of them, none of them fucking thought of that. None of them just raised their hand and went, wait, I don't want us to cancel out 99% of our fucking movie, because that would be a little bit of a cop-out to the viewers. At no time did any of them say that. Holy shit. Guys, I swear, I had plans. I was going to talk about so much more. And then they hit that fucking twist, and now I don't even know if I want to continue. Guys just have to say, if you watch the first, 15 minutes, then you jump about 90 minutes ahead, you basically are not losing a thing. You literally lose nothing because the movie cancels all of that out. Holy fuck. Okay, I'm going to try to move on from the shitty twist and try to touch on everything else. What about the rest of the writing? Besides the fact that most of it ultimately amounts to nothing. when it actually did fucking amount to something, it sucked. Our pacing here is terrible. At no time are you given a reason to care about a single one of these characters. I guess actually it's a good thing that everything then was canceled out, because then, you know, nothing honestly was wasted except for the viewer's fucking time. Oh my god. I promise I'm gonna try to stop talking about that. It just fucking irks me so badly. Okay. But yeah, guys, our characters here are incredibly shallow. Our prince and his fucking love interest have so little chemistry on screen. And part of that has to do with the acting, and I will touch on acting in a sec. But it's also the fact that neither character is written in any way to be, you know, fascinating or interesting, and you're not going to give a shit about any kind of relationship between these two characters. You will not. And so as the movie's sitting there going, look, guys, look at them. And they both love each other so much. You're gonna go, no, they fucking don't. There's nothing here that shows that. Of course, that's also, again, because the acting's bad. I'm gonna say right now, because I have a feeling that somebody is going to say that I'm being way too hard. Earlier when I was commenting about how shit an actor Jake fucking Gyllenhaal is, I want to make this point abundantly clear. I remember way back in the late 90s, I got to watch a little movie called Donnie Darko, and I saw a young Jake Gyllenhaal turn in a masterful showing in a movie that was awesome from start to finish. And I thought maybe, just maybe, Gyllenhaal was going to be like the future of Hollywood. Perhaps maybe he was going to go on to bigger and better things. And every single time I see that he is in a film, I always think, well, he was so good in Donnie Darko. And then he shits the bed time and again. So I am absolutely convinced that Donnie Darko was a fluke, and that Jake Gyllenhaal naturally cannot act, which then boggles the mind as to why in heavenly fuck he continues to get cast into films, especially in the lead role, where he has no right to be, because he could take any line of dialogue and absolutely suck all the fucking character and all the joy out of it, leaving you basically then with this lifeless, worthless husk of a character, sucked completely dry by the terrible, horrific acting that from the big piece of lily white driftwood that is Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm going to touch on this. I don't normally like to talk about, you know, race when it comes to your characters, but if your character is supposed to be Persian, why the hell are you casting somebody who has less color in their skin than fucking snow? Swear to God, guys, I have seen snow with more goddamn color than Jake fucking Gyllenhaal. Would it have broken his talentless little fucking heart to maybe step underneath a sun lamp for 20 minutes and sort of get some kind of a base tan, so that way he at least matches the Persian extras that are all over the fucking place? So, but no. Of course not. We have to have a Prince of Persia who is about as white as this goddamn coffee cup, and yet still, oh my god. And, of course, that is then made even more troublesome when you find out that the motherfucker can't act. So we now have a character who stands out like a sore thumb amongst the rest of the cast, attempting to play a Persian, throwing on an English accent for fuck you, that's why, and the whole thing just comes crumbling down. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the acting in this thing was bad from start to finish from almost every single person. I'm going to single out two people. One of them who actually tried, one of them who fucking didn't. The one who didn't is an Oscar winner, for God's sake. Ben fucking Kingsley. Do you guys want to know how bad Kingsley's acting was in this? He put more effort into his role in Blood Rain than he did in this fucking thing. Ponder that for a minute. Uwe Boll was able to get a better performance out of Ben Kingsley than the motherfucker that Disney hired to direct this. Process that for a minute. Now, while Ben Kingsley came in and put absolutely zero fucking effort in and cashed a fucking check he had no right to cash, we then have Alfred fucking Molina, the only actor in this entire shit piece who fucking tried. And he was also the only one who was given a character with any level of interest, and it's the only character you're actually going to care about from the moment that you meet him. And his character is interesting, and his character is funny. His character is a fucking con man, and he's a fun con man at that. Most of that is because Alfred fucking Molina steals the show by playing him so well. But you see, though, he honestly, though, could have put in almost no effort, and he still, in terms of acting talent, would have towered over every other person in this film who didn't bother to fucking try. You know, guys, and you know, I want to make this much clear. As much, guys, as I could rail on the writing, and as much as I could take almost the entire cast to fucking task for not trying, I will say that those really are the two big negatives. Granted, those honestly are the two biggest things you could royally fuck up and absolutely destroy a film. However, though, I am not going to let that ruin the fact that our sets are beautiful, our camera work is perfect, our lighting is fantastic, our soundtrack is awesome, our fucking special effects here are masterful. But of course, all of that, basically, guys, is a non-factor when we consider the fact that this is a film from Disney, and it would be very odd if any of that was fucked up in a Disney film. So that then leaves us down to writing and acting, and even then, guys, it's a fucking Disney film. You normally expect better. But no, we get absolutely god-awful acting from almost the entire cast, save for one fucking actor. We have writing that started off lifeless and then absolutely kicks the viewer in the balls by canceling out 98% of what they fucking watched to the three people who wrote this. Fuck all three of you. I hate all of you because you took a bad film and made it infinitely worse with your stupid fucking twist. I hate all three of you, and I hope and pray to God I never run into any of these writers in public. Otherwise, I am probably going to see jail time, because this was an absolute abortion of a script, and all three of them need to be punished for penning such a terrible goddamn script. So, guys, when all is said and done, am I able to recommend The Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time? No. Fuck no. I'm going to tell you guys right now, alright? Once more. Watch the first 15 minutes. Then jump ahead about an hour and 25 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes, and then watch the ending. Because that literally is all that fucking happens in this movie. Because our three talent-challenged cum shots of writers pissed away the rest of it with a twist that is so insulting to the viewer that oh my God, I am still pissed off about that, guys. I am pissed off about the fucking twist. It should never have fucking been there. Alright, so, no, I cannot recommend this thing. This movie is insulting on damn near every level that matters. And you know what, guys? And as beautiful as the costumes and the sets are, and as fucking well done as the action scenes are, all of that means nothing when your movie is this poorly written and this poorly acted. This movie sucks. There is no way I could ever recommend it. In fact, yeah, I believe I'm going to give up on fucking, Gyllenhaal films from here on out, barring his one good outing, which I'm probably going to watch as soon as I'm done filming this. Now, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time came off the Amazon wish list. The person who sent it in was hold on, I actually have it written. Oh yeah, Robert. Duh. Yeah, it was Robert, and please, guys, by all means, swing on over to Robert's. It is to Robert's Amazon profile. Go check out everything that he has written there. Robert, I thank you, because I was curious about this movie, and as I said at the very start of all of this, if you took the story from the Prince of Persia games and you competently translated it into a film script, it should have been good. Unfortunately, we also see what happens when you essentially give that fucking story to chimps and expect them to write, something decent. But I would never have known any of that, dude, if you hadn't have sent it in, and for that I thank you, Robert. You're fucking awesome, dude. Now, Holy shit. Alright, I said I was gonna go watch Donnie fucking Darko. I am going to do that because, god damn it, that is the only time in his worthless existence that Jake Gyllenhaal has ever fucking tried. And I am going to relish that because, god damn it, I wanted something good from him, and since he failed me again, I'm going to go back to the one time when he didn't suck fat throbbing dick. Anyway, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.